Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video, I'll be talking about the last few days of OTAs for the Washington Commanders, where Jayden Daniels has been extremely impressive and has been getting a lot of attention from different reporters, national media, and more for his performance. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and that notification bell as well so you never miss a video. Comment down below whatever you want. It really does help out the algorithm, and it's free to do that, and subscribe and like and that noti bell as well. Okay, so let's get started. So didn't do an OTA recap yesterday, was at the Nats game, and just had a video talking about some new changes the Washington Commanders made, going over some hires they made, some guys from the front office that aren't going to be here anymore, and some Jayden Daniels talk as well. But let's recap some of the last couple of OTA days that I've missed. So I'm gonna show you guys a lot of different clips from Jayden Daniels, what he looks like, throwing the football to the actual guys that are going to be starting. He's running with the ones. And before in rookie minicamp, a lot of those guys aren't going to be making the roster. So the further you go in the offseason, the more it matters. And this doesn't matter a ton, but you're just looking for the traits. And honestly, you're just looking to not hear really bad things. If you're hearing bad things in rookie minicamp, OTAs, even training camp, but especially rookie minicamp and OTAs and normal minicamp, that's not a good sign, of course. If you're hearing good things, that's an okay sign. It's not necessarily a good sign because a lot of these guys look good with no pads on and just throwing to open receivers. I mean, they are playing with DBs here in some scenarios, but once we start getting to training camp and we're hearing good things, and then once we get to preseason, then we can really get a gauge for how Jayden looks and some of these other rookies. But we're really not going to know until they put the pads on and they're actually playing real games and regular season games. That's when it matters. But we have heard in the past some of these young rookie quarterbacks not looking good or up and down days. Rest in peace Dwayne Haskins, but we weren't hearing amazing things from him going into his rookie year or even the year after that. And Sam Howell, rookie year, definitely weren't hearing great things. But then in his second year, we heard some up and down. I think it was more good than bad, but we definitely weren't hearing all great stuff. And it's never going to be all great stuff. And then with Carson Wentz, there were some ups, but it was a lot of downs, in terms of the reporting. So it does matter a little bit, and people say, oh, it's always good reporting. That's not the case. If you really look back at it, the local media has been pretty real with it, and they've never been super optimistic about a quarterback, at least heading into this season. I think that changed a little bit during the season. I think a lot of people actually felt decent about how midway through this year, midway through last year, including myself, when he was playing pretty well in those games. So things can change even in the regular season, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. But all that yapping aside, let's go ahead and show you guys some Jayden Daniels clips. So he's throwing there to Jahan, no cornerbacks, but still like to see him there. You got Mariota, and then Jayden Daniels throwing a nice deep ball to, who is that, 18, not completely sure. You got Jayden Daniels again throwing a ball to Zach Ertz. And then you got Sam Hartman there on the right, and then Jayden Daniels throwing again, and that is to De'Ami Brown. So he's still got that number 2, but Mike Sanders still also has 2 there. You got Jayden, I think Sam Hartman again, and I can't see the number there, 89. I'm still not completely sure there. You got 41 there. I believe that's Yankoff, the undrafted free agent they signed. And see there, Eckler. I think that's Eckler. I gotta familiarize myself with all these numbers. I do not think that was Eckler. And you see him, dropping back here, Jayden, to Kazmir Allen, undrafted free agent from last year that's still in the squad. And then you see the first clip again. So overall, solid stuff, but none of that stuff was with actual defenders on them. I'll show you guys here a clip from practice, and this is Mariota working with the ones, and I'm sure at least right now they're going to get both these guys working with the ones, but Jayden Daniels has got to be the starter week 1. I don't care what happens. And you see him throw a deep ball there to Terry McLaurin, and Quan Martin's on him, and Terry makes a nice catch. So good to see, Terry looking good as usual. And yeah, just a nice, that's a Terry, just a Terry catch. That's a Terry type of catch. I'll show you guys that. And then this is the one that everyone was talking about. Louis Riddick posted about it. John Keim quote tweeted it. Got a lot of attention. You see Dan Orlovsky tweeting about it, responding to the comment. I don't know. They formatted it weird, so you can't really see it amazing. But here's the clip. He's throwing it, and just a perfect pass to Jahan Dotson. I believe that's Jahan. And, good catch by Jahan. Very good catch. But the ball placement is right where it needs to be. The defender, it's not terrible coverage. I mean, he's close to the sideline, and that ball can't be placed really any other spot, or else it's an incompletion. And if he underthrows it, it might be an interception, maybe a PI too. I think that's Mike Davis, and you got Derek Forrest there as well. I'm excited to see what Derek Forrest can do, but that's just a really good throw and a good catch as well. I'm trying to see if he caught that one-handed. Or he caught it kind of one-handed, not really, but he used initially with one hand, but the other hand supported it right away. But good catch by Jahan. He's got to have a huge year, but I think that's just a really, really good throw. And there's comments saying waiting to see it with the real passers. I don't care about 7-on-7 or flag football, whatever. He's throwing against coverage, and yeah, it doesn't matter until there's it's an actual game. Like even training camp, we can talk all we want about how we're excited about what he's doing, but it doesn't matter until he actually does it in a real game. That's when it matters. And Keim talked about it, said this was a play discussed in the podcast, and left Mclaurin pumped up. He's excited about how Jahan used his hands at the line on this play and how it helped him. The catch and throw were very good, but for Mclaurin, it began at the line. So, yeah, Jahan talked about it. Big year for him. First round pick, just like Forbes. They're not going to give up on them just yet, but they're going to get a trial year. This is their trial year for both of them. And Jahan needs to show that he is at least the number 2 receiver in this league if he wants to be in their plans. He might still be, let's say he has a season where he has 580, 600 receiving yards, healthy for most of the year, maybe 4 or 5 touchdowns. The team's not going to cut him because he's a NFL receiver, NFL caliber starting receiver, but they're not going to be like, you know what? Jahan Dotson's one of our guys that we're going to be building around the future. If he has a year where let's be realistic about it. Maybe I could see him going for 1,000, 1,100, but let's be realistic. Let's say he goes for 880 yards and 7 touchdowns. Then maybe Adam Peters is like, you know what? This guy can be our number 2 receiver, maybe even be a low tier 1 in this league. So we're going to maybe not invest in receiver as much as we thought we were. So big year for Jahan, and I'm going to be interested to see where Jayden goes in terms of who's his favorite target. Is it going to be Terry? Is it going to be Jahan? I was about to say Jayden. Is it going to be Jayden? Is it going to be Zach Ertz? Is it going to be Ben Sinnott? First I started saying Ben Sinnott, and then people said it was Ben Sinnott, and then I don't know. And then someone else said it was Ben Sinnott. So I'm going to say Ben Sinnott because that's how it's spelled. But I don't know. But yeah, that clip right here, you got Jeff Driscoll in the background. I believe that's Jeff Driscoll. Some clips here from yesterday. There's the practice field. They're doing some kickoff stuff. I think Forbes has been working with the punt return team a little bit. Interested to see, what happens there. I don't want him in punt return just because he is super small. And, I don't know, he takes one big hit and he might be out. So I'd rather play him at corner. Jayden doing some drills right here, throwing it to coaches, whatever. And then he talked about the dime that he threw to Jahan. Bobby Wagner was talking and said they had a good cornerback room. He's looking forward to making plays with them on the field in training camp. Said they have a really cool linebacker room. You got Terry McLaurin. Shout out Brand. You got Terry McLaurin working out there in OTAs. I guess this whole video is about OTAs, but he's working there, and it's good to see Terry there. And I just really want to see him win, man. I really do. And at some point, I'm really hoping it's in Washington because he deserves to win. John Allen, this is a good quote I liked. I guess not this one. It's this one. Allen said he prides himself on being one of the first people in the building, and Jayden Daniels has been beating him. So, hey, I've said this repeatedly. You're not going to have to worry about work ethic or, the type of person Jayden Daniels is, because he's going to be working. He's going to work hard. And he also has a talent. So I feel good about Jayden Daniels. That's why I wanted him at number 2. I think Drake May might be fine. J.J. McCarthy might be fine. Bo Nix, whatever. Michael Penix, Caleb Williams. But Jayden was my guy, and Commanders got him. But I was going to, stand behind whoever we drafted, but I'm very happy it's Jayden, and I think he continues to prove that at least he's the right person for the job at the quarterback position. And, I'm not sure we could say that for all the quarterbacks we've drafted in the past. I think Sam Howell, right type of guy for the most part. Maybe his mentality at times wasn't there in terms of, I feel like his confidence got shaken up pretty quickly at times. But he was a good guy, solid leader. The talent wasn't all the way there. And then you got a guy like RG3. Talent's there, but then, the mentality might not be there all the time, and then not being able to slide, and then the injury issues, and then there's other quarterbacks as well. I mentioned Dwayne Haskins. The talent was there, maybe the work ethic at least initially wasn't necessarily there, and the mentality. So it's really good, and again, rest in peace Dwayne Haskins, but it's really good to see a guy like Jayden Daniels who not only has the talent, but he also has that mentality as well. So we're going to just wait and see. But so far, we're hearing all the right things when it comes to Jayden Daniels and OTAs. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And comment down below. I guess we're going to do another player. Let's go Roy Helu Jr. Throwback. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And peace.